There we go.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Travis from the Nerdy Thirties, and we are here with Erin, of course.
That's me.
She's my co-host. And we're also here with the Wraith Chasers.
So, guys, Travis has never seen your show.
I have not.
He's never seen it. I've seen them. No, I've seen all of them, so stay here. I've seen all your shows, so it's all good.
Thank you.
Now, I got to know, what would you tell Travis to get him to watch it? Who wants to take it? Who wants to convince Travis?
Well, you see, we're going to turn the camera off. Okay. If you don't watch it, it's beatdown time.
Sounds like a good time.
No, really, truly. You would, you're going to love it. If you like history and you like the connection between the paranormal and history, and you like the connection between haunts at different locations, Haunted Towns is for you. It pulls it all together.
Honestly, I don't know why I don't already watch. We used to do this stuff all the time in high school. Just go to random haunted places and be like, ghosts. So,
And I'm sensitive to things,
Yeah.
and I pick up stuff about everyone, so I know stuff about you guys you don't even know. Yeah. That's right.
Sure you do.
That's right. But I don't know why. We need to start getting to ghost hunting again. We will.
we don't want
We're
to
just
be
going to interview each other. Be like, I'm tired. So, guys, I'm noticing something about everybody that's going to your booth. It's a lot of ladies, but a lot of older ladies. Ooh.
Mike.
Oh, what is it about you?
I'm a sensitive kind of guy. I think the moms like me.
Is that it? Is that the whole thing?
Tattoos and the earrings. That's what it is.
100%.
That's what it is.
Can't even handle it.
I relate to older women.
Yeah. Me too.
He uses what's that stuff from Ron Burgundy, Anchorman? It's
Sex Panther?
Sex Panther. That's what it is.
60% of the time, it works every time. That doesn't make sense.
It brings in the cougars. It's like sex cougar. That's what it is.
Or I was gonna say it might be the Old Spice. I think they like the Old Spice.
Older ladies love Old Spice. Do you like Old Spice?
No comment.
She likes it. I knew it. She likes Old Spice. I love
Say
it.
something about Brood or something.
No. My papa wears Brute, and I think it smells amazing. Because I'm like, Papa, where are you?
Fruit does smell good. I wish it was socially acceptable because I
Yeah. You should do it. Do it anyway. Do it anyway. Be you.
Let's bring the
Yes,
Brute back. We're gonna bring the
please.
Brute back.
We're bringing Brute back. Yep. All right.
He's really gone off the rails.
for all of our interviews, they always go off.
So if you like Brute and you like older women, you're gonna like Haunted Towns, right?
There you go.
So that's what they say to watch for is older women and Brood.
Yeah, that's all you need. That's all you need. So I do have a bit of a serious question. So, you have to. So the beginning of anytime that you go into a haunted place, you guys are always praying beforehand. Now, I know a lot of people that are religious that think that going and ghost hunting is part of the occult. What's your take on it?
Well, we're a lot different from a lot of other ghost hunters when it comes to that. We're not really 100% sure what these things are, the paranormal and all that kind of stuff. But we don't necessarily believe that it's people hanging around after they die, because we don't believe that spiritually. So, but there is something out there. We're just out here trying to uncover it, because like Porter says, it's the supernatural. It's just the absence of whatever is natural. So that's basically all we're doing out here. Doesn't mean that we believe in the devil. We do believe in the devil. Doesn't mean that we're out here like thinking that everything is demonic or it's grandma or something like that. We don't really know what it is. We just try to communicate it, ask it questions to see if we can uncover the truths of that.
I like that.
You look at history, and you look at how we as a society have grown in science, mathematics, and biology, and we've come to understand our environment.
Yeah.
And you look at things that we use spiritualism or supernatural events to explain that we can now explain through science.
Right.
And we think that maybe as we move forward, we'll be able to explain some of that stuff. It's just it's a science we haven't understood yet. And so to have religion and have our faith is here, but you have to be open to the science of discovery as well. So
it's the way that you describe it a lot. If you were back in the 1600s, back in Salem when they hung people, and you had a lighter and you just said, they would think you were using black magic and hang you and throw you in the water. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Call you a witch. Yeah. But of course, we know it's just a lighter. You know,
Right.
it works off of butane and a spark, and
Yeah.
it's combustion.
Right.
But they didn't understand that back then.
Exactly.
So who's to say there's stuff we don't understand today that maybe 400 years
100%. I agree with
in the
this.
future?
Yes. Thank you. I've actually thought a lot about that, and I agree with this. So, guys, you guys, last season, you were all about trapping ghosts. Did this come from watching Ghostbusters?
You know, Christmas is probably my favorite holiday. Yeah. And
It totally came from Ghostbusters. I know it.
no, go
Actually, no,
ahead.
they were size 12, but no. We actually prefer frozen yogurt to ice cream.
Oh, yeah?
It's much more delicious.
Absolutely. Yeah. What was your?
Could you not hear me? Is that what it was?
I did hear you, but it was a little joke. We said that when people were asking us questions, we're just
Yeah.
going to answer which is off the wall answer.
Oh, I do like that.
We're off the wall.
Yeah, nothing to do with the question at all.
Well, I like ice cream and vanilla sundaes. Yes. Some banana splits. Vanilla Mondays. I've never had one of those.
Was that inspired by watching Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
Right?
No.
No, not at all.
Basically, what we wanted to do was experiment. We wanted to create experiments that would try to push the levels of the paranormal, arena. Trying to see what we could uncover by using experimentation. Because we don't, like I said before, we don't know what any of this is, what makes it tick. The more of the trapping type thing. I mean, we're necessarily trying to trap it, trying to contain it just long enough to move it or transport it somewhere else. So I think that was kind of a misconception. We kind of got used to using the word trap, which was kind of a no-no. So then, a couple of paranormal enthusiasts slapped us on the wrist. We're like, we're sorry. It's a transportation device. Yeah, it was a word that kind of got taken a little too far and out of context.
And the thing about that too is that we talk about these entities being energy, and everything we use to measure them measures energy.
Right.
And so as we were trying to work through how we could potentially, in a far-fetched world, do something of that nature, would be more of having energy stored and being able to move the energy, not necessarily trapping a ghost or spirit, but showing that there's an energy in a place that there was not energy before, and you're able to move that around.
Well,
and
Sorry. Yeah, we take our ideas. No, but but kind of adding on to what you're saying though, that's kind of the idea is like, for example, if we wanted to trap something that people see, we base it on trapping light, I mean, that's the closest scientific explanation and engineering explanation that you can, come up with to associate with ghosts, It seems like, I don't mean to get technical, but energy is proportional to ghosts. There's a relation there. And so the goal is, what can we make that traps light, that traps heat, that traps EMF? Yeah, in general. So that's kind of what making the traps or transportation devices was based on.
Well, now are you done with school yet for physics or?
Well, as of right now, I do plan on going back, but the show's kind of course, taking time away from that. I'm actually, to this day, studying my old physics textbook, so I'm still studying, keeping my mind sharp, so I'm in the process. So
Good.
Still studying.
Keep it up, because
I will.
you will catch one. You will catch one.
They will come, no.
I actually, when you guys caught that eyeball coming out, I was like, whoa!
That was a freaky one there.
That really was. That guy was like, wait a second.
You could tell we were all about to crap our pants.
I know. My mom and I were sitting there like, that is a freaking eyeball. That is looking at them right now, and it looks like an octopus eyeball. That is weird.
We thought goat eye.
Oh, I could see that.
Yeah, we thought goat eye.
I can actually still visualize it in my head, which is,
I do, yeah. At night, sometimes I wake up thinking about that one.
terrorizing.
Yeah.
Just a tad. What do you think it is that keeps, if there are spirits that are being kept earthbound, what do you think it is that's keeping them earthbound? That's right, a tough question. Who's going to take it?
I like Christmas and yogurt. And,
I knew it. See, they have to wait and think for a second. I know what it is now.
That is a tough question,
Yeah.
and I think that when you're talking to us about it and our faith and our religion and what we believe is that the human spirit doesn't have an earth after death.
Right.
And we base that belief on the Bible that we believe.
Right.
And when we look at these things and we start thinking about what's the possibility of what it could be, is there a separation between the spirit, the soul, and the energy that makes up us? And is there a portion of that energy that remains and takes on and maintains some of the characteristics and some of the intelligence that we have, if you want to consider it intelligence, while we're here on this earth and is able to communicate? Maybe there's something else out there, something we haven't discovered yet that maybe imitates, or it has a recording or some type of way to interact with us on an intellectual basis that we just don't know yet. So as we move forward in this field, there's spiritualism at play, but there's also a science to it as well. So there's many theories that Brandon and I've sat in the driveway and talked about them at night. Like theorizing about what it could be, because there's too many people that have these experiences with things that they sense that it's someone that they know. And also, some of them could be demonic. The Bible tells us that there are demons among us, and that they will try to trick us into thinking that there's something that they're not. And what better way to make someone not believe in God's plan than to appear to them as someone they loved and lost in life, and make you think they still inhabit the earth after death, which is in conflict with that. There's a lot of faith thought there and a lot of science thought, and you have to kind of keep the two in different hands when you're dealing with that. And so be open to that understanding, but hold on to your faith.
That is a good freaking answer. I'm just gonna say.
And kind of an example of what we were talking about. We talked about what if there's different types of animals. Different animal kingdom. Who's to say there isn't different types of energy? But that just doesn't have a biological home. It's like Porter said. Yeah. It's just another way of looking at it. Like a parabiological type deal. It kind of sounds weird, but.
No, it didn't sound weird to me at all. Speaking of animals, you guys started out on Animal Planet?
Yes,
we did. How did that happen? Bourbon?
That's also a Porter question. That was his dog.
I think that when we first started, they pitched the show to Animal Planet. Animal Planet was entertaining it, but we had my dog Bourbon was a bulldog that was going to work with us on our investigations, because canines have that sixth sense and are able to pick up on things. And there's, in the pilot episode, he did stand between me and the house that we were investigating, and was very defensive about going in there. And so, that was him being on that show on Animal Planet. So that was the animal connection there. Of course, Animal Planet decided that they didn't want to go that direction, so DA picked us up and put us in these asylums that were horrible to be in. You're talking some of the nastiest places on earth, and Bourbon just didn't need to be around all that stuff. No. So he ended up leaving us anyway, but he passed away from cancer. But he was a good one while he was here. So
I lost my cat to cancer about a year and a half ago, and it sucks.
It really does.
It's one of the worst feelings, because they love you unconditionally, like nobody else will.
Awful, they still love you. And the story with Bourbon when he passed, I'll tell you this. It's one I posted on my social media, but. When Bourbon passed, we'd always told our son, my ex-wife and I, we'd told our son that, Bourbon's going to leave us one day, and just trying to prepare him. So that day that Bourbon passed, my son was at school. He was napping at the time that I took Bourbon to the vet when we had to have him put down. And so when I went to pick him up that afternoon, his teacher come to me in tears. I've got to talk to you. I was like, what did Dylan do? And she said, no. She said, when he woke up from his nap, he come to me and he said, Bourbon went to live with Jesus.
Oh, he knew.
He knew. So
kids always know.
Yeah,
We're about out of time, so we need to.
Oh, is she telling us to wrap it up?
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Hold on, I'm going to ask you one last question. Is there any preparation other than praying beforehand that you guys do? Do you guys listen to a song to pump yourselves up? I got to know.
The Highwaymen.
The Highwaymen?
That's a good one. Yeah, the Highwaymen, Willie Whalen, Chris Christopherson, Johnny Cash. We listen to the old country stuff.
Yeah.
That gets us going.
That's good stuff.
And Run Tell the Devil Now.
Is that you guys, or who is this?
Absolutely.
Okay, I thought it was you guys, but I was just like, it's a different name, and I'm confused. I know you do music, so I was like, on the
we all
fence.
collaborated on it. We weren't singing on it, but it's written and
I played the cello for a small portion of the song, but no, I didn't.
I did the harp.
I didn't believe him. I don't believe any of you for this. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Well, guys, I want to say thank you so much for the interview. It's been awesome and very intellectually stimulating.
Liar.
And thank you for convincing him.
Yeah, to watch the show.
I can tell he's convinced.
He's totally going to do it.
It's very hard to weird me out.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, yeah.
Woo!